Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Nick Eden, and welcome to episode 22 of Morning Cup of Merch. All right, guys. So we are at the end of our top 10, top 5 series, and I've really enjoyed it this week. I will be bringing this back every now and then just to kind of keep it going because I think this is really good. I think it's brought value to me. I hope it brings value to you guys. So we're going to jump right into it because I know we're a little bit later than we usually are. This is not a part of my morning drive. I've been working primarily out of my office this week. So next week you'll see me back in the car. So let's finish with our top 10 PODs to sell products on. And I know everything has really been centered around Merch by Amazon this week. But I said this time and time again. You guys are not just in the Merch by Amazon business. We're in the print on demand business. And some of these are better than others. And some of these you have to drive traffic to. But I'm going by ones that I've made sales on. And here's the thing. If I can do it, you guys can do it too. All right. So number 10, Printful / eBay. I know this one is like fairly new to everybody. And to be honest with you, originally I wasn't going to get into it. But you guys know I sell on Teespring, and I've been selling shirts with their Teespring extended network, their expanded marketplace network, where they place your products on other websites like Amazon, eBay, Poshmark, all these different places. I don't think Poshmark's on there though. I have to think about that again. But I made some sales through Teespring on eBay. As a matter of fact, in their extended marketplace, that was the majority of the sales that I made. It was on eBay. So I said, you know what? Hey, Printful came out. Let me give it a try. I've been selling primarily home goods. So, home decor, different things like that. But it's really worked out. It's super easy, like really easy system to go through. I've been selling on eBay, so I know their system very well. So it worked out really well for me. So it's worth a try. Go to printful.com, set up your integration, go from there. Okay? So that was number 10. Number 9, Society6. Society6 is one of the quote-unquote smaller known PODs. I haven't made significant sales on Society6, but it's been enough to say, hey, okay, it's worth loading a few items on there. They have a very small, dedicated fan base, and it's definitely worth it. They have small organic traffic, but they have it nonetheless. All right, so that would be number 9. Number 8, very similar to Society6, Designed by Humans, or DBH, or whoever is talking about it. Again, very similar to them, smaller, dedicated fan base. In a lot of situations, you may have to push traffic there, but really getting in with the community there and speaking with them, you can make some decent sales there. So that would be my number 8. Number 7, this one's a little bit different. Rage On. Now, I got introduced to Rage On by Jacob Topping last year. And it doesn't function the way a lot of PODs do. Rage On actually functions as an app. So it's an iPhone app. And essentially what you do is you can grab a picture. And I may do a video about this later on. I think that'd be pretty cool. But essentially what you're doing is you download the app, set up your account. You can go in, and then what I've done is I've been able to take some patterns. So like I may take a picture of my chalkboard or something like that. You can actually load your designs in, but they put it on all the products. Now, Rage On has very little, you're going to have to drive traffic there. I don't know any other way to say it. They have very little organic traffic in terms of regular consumers there. They are a community type of place, so you do get a lot of likes and a lot of favorites from other people. And but I love the products. They have all over hoodies, all over zip down hoodies. They have joggers. They have like everything. I absolutely love it. If nothing else, I just love to make the products there. I haven't sold much on there because their prices are like that all over hoodie. I think it's like $70 or something like that. And the margins on it aren't the best. I'll be honest with you. But, hey, it may be worth it to just put out another product there. Number 6. Now, this one, I from what I understand, because I haven't made many sales there, but there are a lot of people who make tons of sales on Spreadshirt. I haven't made many sales there, but because I do trust the word of several of my fellow PLD sellers, they have really endorsed this place, and maybe I just need to give it a little bit more of a push. I mean, the same could be said for other people, and me talking about Teespring, but Spreadshirt, um, they have their operations here in the EU. Really good POD to sell on, from what I understand. Like I said, I just need to put a little bit more time into it. Even though right now I'm trying to concentrate down on, just my top 4 or 5, which I'll talk about in just a second. So Spreadshirt would definitely be number 6. I know some people who, that's their number 2, after merch. So, hey, it's worth it. Give it a try if you have not already. Number 5. This is the one that I get a lot of flack on. I have a love-hate relationship with them, but Teespring. Um, I know how a lot of people feel about Teespring. What I will say is Teespring has some of the best margins. They have been around longer than quite a few of these PODs. They also are consistently growing and adding new products. Uh, and I think it's more than worth it to list products on there. Drive some traffic, sell. I think the best thing about it is you have unfiltered access to your customer base. If they buy something from you, you got their email right there. So it's to me, it's a great way where you can build an audience, drive traffic there, and make really good margins. Really good margins. And all the benefits of a POD without a lot of the headache. Teespring's been good to me. I've been selling on Teespring since like 2015, 2016, and I I have some issues with them. I will say this: the copycats aren't one of those issues because there are copycats everywhere, including on merch. So that's my number 5. Number 4 and number 3 are actually pretty similar because they're owned by the same person now, or the same company. Number 4 is TeePublic. So TeePublic has its moments. Sometimes it'll fall off. Sometimes it'll pop back up and just be selling out the wazoo. But Teespring has decent margins, except for when you first load your products on there, and it's a $14 tee, which you'll make a $2 royalty. Um, but overall, I thoroughly enjoyed. They're one of the rare ones that actually has a true bulk uploader. I can upload 20, 30 products at one time. Now you're gonna have to go through and set everything up, but um, they have a true native bulk uploader. And if I'm not mistaken, they're one of, if not the only one that does. And so I've enjoyed selling on TeePublic. Um, I'm going to dedicate a little bit more time because as I've started to get into more parody style, that's not really allowed in a lot of other places, but TeePublic it is. So I've really come to enjoy the work that's going on in TeePublic, and I'm looking forward to continue going with them. Number 3, and this saved my very first Q4 in POD. Redbubble. Now, depending on who you talk to, Redbubble can be your number 2, your number 3, maybe even your number 4, and for some people, this their number 1. I wasn't on merch the first Q4 that I really had with POD. I got on Redbubble, and Redbubble was very good to me. That was the first time I really saw what a shirt going viral could be. And I had it happen twice. One with a Christmas design, one with a political design. Until this day, I still I tend to forget when I'm on Redbubble because I will get those notifications, but they go to my business email. So when I go in there and I see all this stuff from Redbubble, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I made some sales. So I am truly happy with Redbubble. I think more than any of these other pods, if I had to let one go, it definitely wouldn't be Redbubble. They definitely stay in my list of pods that as long as they're around, I'll be selling with them. Number 2, Etsy Printful. Now, currently, I am not selling on Etsy Printful. I have been for over a year. I shut the stores down so that I could concentrate, one, on finishing my book, Word of Mouth, Reputation Management for Print on Demand. In addition to that, I really wanted to zone in on my merch account, my wife's merch account, um, our Redbubble and Teespring, storefronts, whatever you want to call them. But for me, because Etsy is very involved, if you are not the type of person who wants to deal with customer service, customer requests, anything like that, I'm telling you now, don't do yourself that disservice. It's a great format, but it's a great format that needs to be worked. You got to work this like a real business. You have to work all of it like a real business. But because of the customer interaction that you have on Etsy and what they expect, because Etsy has placed themselves in the minds of their customers as, hey, these are these boutique shops, they are professional, and you have to act accordingly. So, from a number standpoint, they're definitely number two. And number one, as you may have guessed, Merch by Amazon. Merch is probably the youngest of all these, but I don't think I have to say much more about Merch. This is why you're here on the channel. This is why we're in the Facebook groups and our masterminds, whatever the case may be. What I will say is this. Merch is a wonderful opportunity. You probably won't see something of this magnitude hit like this for a while, but you absolutely have to realize that you do not control that platform. You can make a ton of money. You can make an absolute ton of money consistently, but you don't own the platform. But when it comes to POD right now, they are definitely doing what they set out to do in the beginning, and that's be the king of POD. And as it grows, it's just going to be more and more. So that's my top 10 PODs to sell on. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in this week, everybody who's dialed into this series. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications whenever we go live. And don't forget, on Monday, I'll be making the big announcement when it comes to Morning Cup of Merch and the 4554 podcast. Until then, I will see you on Monday.